Hello, collective. Let's see what messages wants to come through for us today on this beautiful. It's Friday. If you're new to my channel, please do like, share, and subscribe and support the channel. So let's see what messages wants to come through for us. Ooh, these flew out. I'm gonna put them back. If you do need a personal reading, I am taking personal readings at this time. My information will be in the description box. Let's see what messages wants to come through for the collective today. What do we need to know, Spirit? What do we need to know? So we have the Hangman that just came out. The Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords. No, that's not the Queen of Swords. That's the Two of Swords. Interesting. Wow. So there's someone, I don't want to say they're stuck at a crossroads, because we have this Two of Swords here. So after a period of nothing moving, no movement, there's this like burst of energy. Ace of Swords. So this is definitely specific to someone. You're at a crossroads because there's a decision that needs to be made. Okay. And this has something to do with a relationship with the Four of Wands. So there's a major decision that you have to make in a relationship with someone. So after a period of just hanging, just nothing happening, no movement, this is almost like a Pisces energy, sacrificing your I mean, for a while there's been no movement. You know, there's a fork in the road here, right? So you've been waiting, or the universe made you wait before you embarked on something new. It's almost like you've been hanging, feeling stuck, feeling stagnant, feeling like, you know, nothing that you're doing was working. If you've been saying prayers, you know, you just felt like, you know, even your guides have been ignoring you. You know, what's going on? Nothing is happening. But there was a reason for that. There was a reason for that. It was like a temporary pause for reflection. And it's almost like during that time, you were going through some type of awakening. This is not for everybody. This is definitely specific for someone. Yeah. A period of an awakening. This is the Death card. You went through some major transformation. Scorpio season. So this is given that this new moon in Scorpio, caused for someone, like I said, some form of awakening, a change in mindset. It's almost like the universe had to strip you of everything. I mean, everything. You lost everything. You see, everything's falling out this person's bag, you know. And even your spirit guides, your ancestors wants to help you, but they were not allowed to, because you had to go through this. You had to go through this in order to get to this, which is some sort of initiation, awakening. You know, you passed the test is what it's given. Even with the Ace of Swords here, this is given the King Arthur pulling the sword out of the stone to be able to be crowned. So you had to go through what you went through in order to achieve this crown. Even the greatest warriors had to go through some form of obstacle test. And there's a shift that's happening. Ace of Cups. It's almost like a cup of overflowing with blessings. You're just going to have so many things coming through right now to where it's going to be overwhelming. Overwhelming. It's almost like you're going to feel like you're under some form of like, it's going to scare you to where you know, you feel like you're actually being like, maybe you feel like you're being, I want to say attacked, but you're not. This is what it feels like when you're being stripped of the old self and going through that transformation, and the new self is coming through. The Magician card. Yeah. So all this time, you've been in this energy where nothing is happening. You felt like, you know, you've been forgotten or something like that. Now, all of a sudden, everything is just going to start coming through with the Magician card. All those intentions, all those prayers, everything you've called in is going to just start rushing in. The new moon in Scorpio brought in this like clearing. It brought in a shift, balance is here. That's a Libra energy. We also have Gemini here. But you still have certain things from childhood that you need to, that tends to come up, that you're refusing to face and release. There are some things from childhood that you're still holding on to. So just be careful with that. And before this Mercury retrograde is over with, you will have to deal with that, because even with the Ace of Swords here, this child is taking back that crown that was stripped from him as a child. The Magician. These are all the gifts that you've had lying dormant since childhood. Whatever happened that caused you to be asleep to your gifts, or maybe some of you could have been a victim of, you know, destiny swapping, where, you know, it was taken from you. Maybe people noticed if you were part of some form of group as a child. You could have been with parents who were part of a group, who were, you know, and groups can be in different forms. This sometimes it could be religious groups where they notice that there's something special about this child, and, you know, people get close to these children and tap into their gifts and take it from them, make it go asleep, and, you know, it's never, you never become the full potential that you're supposed to be. But at this point, these are people that are even, you know, with the justice card, you can see that there are two people, the same people here. So pretty much this happened before, stripped you of the gifts and teach you something else to focus on. So it is time. Something has caused this awakening, this shift to where you are now being stripped of everything. The way you saw life before is completely the death of the old self, and now the beginning of the new self. And you've passed the test. You've passed the test. So you're going to notice that a lot of things being, you know, going a lot more smoother now. You're going to notice stability, security. You know, some of you, a lot of blessings are going to come through that have been blocked before, being released. You see, like I said, there's a release. Being set free. With the star, these are your gifts. You're now able to be the best version of yourself. The all your abilities, your that you came to this life with will now start to flow. You're gonna notice like energies. You know, you might have more intense dreams. You have a stronger connection now with the divine, with the universe, with just completely connected. The star. So you've been activated, you've gone through the activation, and because like I said, as a child, you did have some form of ability. This is not for everybody. It's for the a specific group. A specific group, those that are here to make a difference in the world, in the universe. You're going to notice some intense like um body, you know, your body's going to start going through some things because things are being, you know, taken away, shifted, and you're awakening to more sensations. Some of you, a lot of it could be like your thoughts. You're going to hear clearly now. You're going to feel sensations. You're going to notice that you just busted out in a cough out of nowhere. You know, why am I just coughing? I don't have a cough. Those are just your guides are now teaching you ways that they're communicating with you. Sometimes a random cough is a sign that someone is talking about you in some way. You know, so just quiet yourself down, take a few deep breaths, and you'll start getting downloads. You might all of a sudden start feeling pins in your back or sensations in your gut, in your stomach. Those are all signs and symptoms, communication. Some of you are clairsentient. So your clairs are going to start being activated for some people. Be careful with your words because your manifestation abilities is now on 10. You now, you know how the phones, your smartphones, if you say something, you're going to see it, you know, you'll get an ad about that thing. At this point, you're not even going to need to say anything. Just thinking about it, you're going to see it on your phone. So just things are now going to be so, just the magic is here. So just be very careful. Use it wisely. Great power comes with great, you know, responsibility. So you will notice your guides are going to now start trying to get closer to you and teach you how to use it. Just put yourself in a place where you're open to receive this knowledge, okay? You might have to set the intentions to receive the knowledge. We have the Sun card. So making sure you're getting ample vitamin D will be of help to you, will also help balance a lot of these, you know, currents and things that you're feeling in your body. You're going to walk away from certain type of friends and things that you liked before are going to, you know, make you uncomfortable. This is for a specific group. This is not for everybody. So if it doesn't resonate, you know, just I'll come back again for another reading, but definitely this is for the chosen ones. I'm meant to give this message, okay? You will notice that people from your past, you will not be open to those people anymore. This is part of them stripping you of your old self. A lot of you, you will need to change your diet. A lot of you will definitely be moving. I see you manifesting a home. Manifesting a home, apartment, or whatever. You're going to be stripped of certain things that you're used to. You're just going to just release it. A lot of it could be addictions, habits. You know what those are. Some of their abilities that are being activated, one of them is definitely healing abilities. Being able to just automatically heal yourself if you're sick. Some of you don't even need to go to the doctor. Just lay down in the bed for a day or two and your body just self-heals. Another gift is being able to manifest things. Another gift that's being activated is the gift of shape-shifting. And it's not just like, yeah, when I say groups that were involved in, you know, destiny swapping and taking your abilities, some of it is the actual government too. Because they know who we are. When you're born, you get the Social Security number and all of that. They know those that have something different in them. So it's very important that as you start your day, you set intentions for protection. Make sure you try to master the skill of protection, because you're going to definitely need it. Pisces season is going to be very, very significant here. You could have North Node in Pisces, North Node in Gemini, North Node in Libra, North Node in Scorpio. It's a possibility here. family. Family came up. So this is deeply rooted in the family. There's something about your family that's going to change. Maybe you're the one that is here to free the family. If you notice that there's some pattern in the family that happens, you're the one chosen to. There could be some pattern in your family with the feminines, with the females. It says connect with your womb. Maybe you're the one that is here. Maybe there's a pattern where all the women go through some form of reproductive problems. You know, it could have maybe miscarriages or a certain illness that everybody just tends to get it. You could be the one that is able to learn how to heal that, break the cycle. You're being called to do some deep breathing at this time, and that will help you connect. That will help you connect with your guides. And like I said, some people, there's a healing ability that's being activated in you. You could learn about acupressure, you know, where you use your hands and touch certain areas, certain pressure points that could actually bring healing to people. That's a gift that's being activated at this time. You might want to look into that for yourself if you're going through any physical challenges. You know, if you're having issues with your womb, because our womb is where we, you know, a lot of your womb is where your power is. So if you're having problems with your menstrual cycle, severe pain, and things like that, you have to connect with your womb. With the Magician card here, connect with your womb. During the times of your cycle is a very critical time. During that time, you need to do deep breathing to activate this power. You need to make sure you're drinking water. And water represents the flow, because there were blocks at some point, and now you're going to notice the flow. You need to connect with the energy of water. Speak into your water before you drink it. Putting your intentions in it will also help greatly. And we have Beauty Ritual for the last card, which represents self-care. Self-care. So like I said, this is a time where you will be taught about, you know, a lot of things. So reading, getting the knowledge is very important. Trying to understand, you know, the things that you're experiencing will be of help. Maybe you can take certain type of classes. You can take classes on, you know, Reiki, acupressure, acupuncture. And if you're going through anything, you can actually go get these type of treatments. It will be of help to you. It will heal your body. Drinking water will also help move that energy around, any stagnant energy, so the flow things can start flowing, okay? You will notice that your money, everything starts to move when your energy starts moving, okay? Taking care of your womb. And this is not just for females, even men have, you know, that reproductive section of their body where you need to take care of it. If you're noticing that, you know, you're not manifesting, or maybe your sacral chakra has been a bit blocked, you know, just moving that area, dancing with your hips and things like that will be of help. For a few of you all, there's a situation with family that needs to be addressed, okay? There's something with your family. Maybe there's someone that, you know, you need to connect with in some way. There's someone in your family that had the gift that passed it down to you. This could be an ancestor, someone in the bloodline, the maternal bloodline. They could be reaching out to you through dreams, okay? Through dreams, they could be reaching out to you. So yeah, that's the message we have today. So I know this is Friday, this is the weekend. This will be a good time for you to, you know, just take time out for yourself. Do some deep breathing because you're going through some massive changes and shifts. If it hasn't started yet, it will, you're going to start noticing it. So take time out, you know, do some deep breathing. Just pour it into yourself. Pour it into yourself. Read. This says read. Understand what's going on, you know, with you. Okay? So that's what I got. It's not for everybody. It's specific to someone who's going through some type of transformation and shift at this time, and elevation. You've been activated. Okay? So that's the message. Many blessings. Bye-bye.